Welcome back. We are talking New Year, New You. Dr. Carla Fry is here, the psychologist. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
One of the biggest issues with folks in their lives, when they're talking about making their lives better, is dealing with stress, anxiety. Everybody, every day has something. It seems to be one of the most talked about topics right now.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
So what can we do to help manage stress and anxiety?
Well, there's so many things. We could do a 2-hour segment easily, but let's try to hone it in. One of the things to think about is to ditch the concept of multitasking.
Really?
Really. Now, I know a lot of us wear it as a badge of honor, and those who know me are probably going to be laughing that I start with this.
Right.
Because I have to pay attention to this myself. But neuroscience tells us that we really cannot multitask, truly. Whatever we're doing, one or the other, or if we're doing 3 things at once, suffers. So if we can think about multitasking as not a long-term strategy, if we really need to, but not to think about ourselves as I do that, I am a multitasker, because we inundate ourselves with too much stimuli and it stresses us out.
So how do you step away from that without getting stressed out that you're not getting everything done?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to-do lists are still good, and prioritizing and figuring out how to put off until tomorrow what you can without procrastinating, because that's also on my list, right? Procrastination. But really trying to, it's like, if you think about yourself as always a late person, you're going to be late.
Right.
If you think about yourself as a multitasker, you're always going to be thinking, I need to do more. I need to brush my teeth and do my toenails and chop the carrots right at the same time.
It's making me stressed out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what about taking time to do things, not just things that are on your list, but taking time to move for yourself?
Yeah, no, there's no doubt that body movement of whatever sort. Sometimes I stay away from the word exercise because people are like, exercise.
Right.
Another person wants me to
Exactly.
exercise.
And it adds more stress, because then if you kind of beat yourself up about it, if you get to Friday and think, I haven't exercised all week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
literally going up and down the stairs a couple of times counts here, because it does metabolize those stress hormones, right? There's only 2 ways to get the stress hormones out of us, which is time, chilling without a care in the world, which most of us don't get for more than half an hour,
right,
or body movement, right? It gets rid of those stress hormones, gives us a little endorphin lift, and also makes us feel like, okay, I did something.
Right.
Right?
Okay. Well, that's good. We are running a story today about a teenager in New Brunswick who the hashtag Becca made me do it. She's moved that whole be kind movement. And we were coming up to Anti-Bullying Day. There's a lot of emphasis on society right now to be kind. Are we getting it?
Yeah. I think we're finally getting it. I'm so excited to see it, because it seemed to be, to me, even 4 years ago, there was beginning to be some lip service in terms of the social media sites that are just going wild with actual actions, right? It's different than people writing a check or just saying, yeah, you should be nice.
Right.
The people going out, their kids, teenagers, adults, and looking at each other in the eyeball and saying, here, I'm buying your coffee today. I've never met you before. Anything, it's making a difference. I'm seeing it.
Okay. And so what can we do to sort of, make that happen?
Yeah. The kindness?
Yeah.
Well, first, it's really important, I think, just to give ourselves a break. It doesn't have to be, buying somebody a house. It really can be just stopping and looking at someone and saying, hey, how are you? It's really, really small, because I think when people start thinking, oh, I've got to do something super important, it stops people. Like, I don't know, I don't have the time to do something huge, or I don't have the money to do something huge. We use the hashtag around our company, kindness doesn't cost a thing.
Right.
And that's very much true. Just stopping for half a second and thinking about the other. Anything counts.
Okay. We hear also a lot about this being mindful. We're trying to learn to be more mindful in our eating and not just sort of grabbing things. Does that help lower stress level as well when you're mindful about yourself. Does that make sense?
Yes, totally. And I know people use mindfulness a lot, and I use it too when I'm trying to describe certain things. But if that sounds too fluffy or too like, what, new agey or something, it's really about paying attention very specifically to our bodies. Did I drink enough water? Did I really get enough sleep? What do I could I use a hug today? Like stopping and slowing down a little bit and being more specifically aware, if that makes sense, just breaking it down.
All right.
Yeah.
Great advice.
Yeah.
Dr. Carla, thank you so much for coming in. The website is vancouverpsychologycenter.com, and you can follow them on social media at Clinically Happy, which I hope we all can be.
All right.
Thank you so much.